Have you ever wondered why some people, even in their late 60s or 70s, radiate vitality and warmth, not just in their everyday lives, but also in their most intimate moments? Imagine walking through life not feeling drained, but full of gentle energy, purpose, and connection. As someone who has studied Buddhist teachings for over 40 years and explored both ancient wisdom and modern science, I'm here to tell you this. Healing and passion can begin in the most unexpected places, like the produce aisle. This isn't about miracle pills or synthetic supplements. It's about real food, natural, beautiful fruits that nourish not just the body, but the heart, mind, and spirit. And yes, some fruits can revive your circulation and intimacy after 60. Stay with me to the very end of this video, where I'll reveal a simple smoothie recipe combining three of the most powerful fruits we'll discuss. A recipe that I personally drink every morning and that has kept me balanced, energized, and spiritually connected. Let's journey through these 10 healing fruits together, drawing from scientific evidence, emotional stories, and Buddhist insights to help you age not with fear, but with fire. Chapter 1: Pomegranate and Watermelon, the heart's first flame. In the teachings of Buddhism, the heart is far more than a muscle beating in the chest. It is the sacred seat of metta, loving kindness, of karun, compassion, and of our vital life force. It is through the heart that we experience connection with ourselves and with others. And just like a river, when the flow of this inner energy becomes blocked, everything downstream is affected. Our health, our emotions, our relationships, even our spiritual clarity. Modern science may speak of arteries and nitric oxide, but ancient wisdom has always known that a well-circulating heart is a compassionate heart. And in the beautiful everyday miracle of nature, there are fruits that support not only the physical heart, but the emotional and spiritual one as well. Two of those fruits are pomegranate and watermelon. Pomegranate, with its deep crimson seeds and crown-like blossom, has long been a symbol of fertility, love, and divine abundance in many cultures. In Buddhist-influenced Ayurvedic traditions, pomegranate is considered sattvic, pure and life-enhancing. It is rich in polyphenols and punicologens, powerful antioxidants that support cardiovascular health. One of its most remarkable effects is its ability to boost nitric oxide production, which helps arteries relax and blood flow freely throughout the body. This isn't just good for preventing heart disease, it's also essential for supporting intimacy and vitality, especially in older adults. Likewise, watermelon, so often dismissed as a summertime treat, holds a hidden power. It contains an amino acid called citrulline, which is converted into arginine in the body, leading to a natural increase in nitric oxide levels. This relaxation of blood vessels supports better circulation, energy, and even intimacy in later life. In fact, some scientists have even referred to watermelon as nature's Viagra, though the Buddhist perspective would simply say it's food that brings joy and balance. But the real power of these fruits lies not only in their biochemical composition, it lies in how we choose to eat them. I once met an elderly couple during a mindfulness retreat in Chiang Mai, Thailand. They were in their late 70s and had been married for over 50 years. But as the wife quietly confessed during a tea-sharing circle, there had been a period when their relationship had grown cold, not due to conflict, but due to neglect. Life stresses, health worries, and the distractions of modern life had distanced their hearts. During the retreat, they made a simple vow to begin every morning by walking together before sunrise, holding hands in silence, and then sitting down to share a pomegranate. They would peel the fruit together mindfully, without rushing. Each seed was chewed slowly, in silence, allowing the sweetness to open their senses. They said gratitude out loud, to each other, to the fruit, to the opportunity to grow old together. Over time, something shifted. Their conversations deepened. Their eyes sparkled with warmth again. They laughed more. They touched more. And yes, even their intimacy returned, softly without expectation, like a flame rekindled in the gentle breeze. They told me this daily ritual, walking, sharing a fruit, and being present, became the medicine their marriage needed, not from a doctor or a pharmacy, but from mindfulness and nature's gifts. In Buddhism, how we eat is just as important as what we eat. To consume food mindfully is to transform an ordinary act into a sacred ritual. When we approach a meal with gratitude, presence, and intention, We are not merely nourishing the body, we are also feeding the soul. Pomegranate and watermelon can be healing, but only when consumed with awareness. Mindless eating while distracted or emotionally numb dilutes their power. But when we see each seed, each bite, as a moment to awaken, then the fruit becomes a bridge between our physical and spiritual selves. For couples, this awareness can become a powerful form of emotional intimacy. Sharing fruit together is not just a dietary choice, it's a practice in sati or mindfulness that nourishes not just the heart, but the bond between two hearts. Let this be your first step on the path of mindful nourishment. Let the pomegranate's ruby jewels remind you of the preciousness of love. Let the watermelon's juicy sweetness remind you of the joy that flows when we are open. And let your heart, like these fruits, be soft, open, and generous with yourself and with the ones you hold dear. Because in the end, the flame of love and vitality is not something we find outside ourselves. It's something we awaken, one bite at a time. Chapter 2: Blueberries and Strawberries, Berries of Boundless Energy. Among the vast variety of fruits available to us, blueberries and strawberries stand out, not for their size, but for the mighty healing power hidden within their soft skin. These tiny gems, bursting with flavor, are nature's potent medicine, especially for those of us in our golden years. Blueberries and strawberries are celebrated not only for their delicious taste, but for their extraordinary health benefits. Rich in anthocyanins, the natural pigments that give them their brilliant red and blue hues, and packed with vitamin C, these berries work quietly yet powerfully within the body. Numerous studies, including those from Harvard University, have shown that anthocyanins play a critical role in reducing inflammation, improving blood vessel elasticity, and rejuvenating the endothelium, the delicate inner lining of our blood vessels. Why is this so important for older adults? As we age, our blood vessels naturally begin to stiffen, making circulation more difficult and increasing the risk of heart disease, fatigue, and even cognitive decline. The endothelium, often overlooked in mainstream health discussions, plays a crucial role in regulating blood flow, blood pressure, and nutrient delivery throughout the body. When it's healthy, we feel it in our energy levels, in our ability to move with ease, and even in the sparkle of our minds. A daily handful of blueberries or strawberries may seem like a small gesture, but it sets into motion a cascade of positive effects throughout the body. Improved circulation means more oxygen and nutrients are reaching your brain, your heart, and yes, even your reproductive organs. Many seniors I've counseled over the years report not only feeling more alert and energetic after incorporating these berries into their diets, but also more emotionally connected to their partners. There is a quiet intimacy that returns when the body feels alive again. Years ago, I sat under the Bodhi tree in Bodh Gaya, India, listening to the quiet wisdom of a monk whose name I never learned but whose words I carry with me still. He told me, "What you consume becomes part of your karma." I didn't fully grasp it then, but as I began to care for the elderly, that truth deepened in me. The food we eat doesn't just nourish our bodies, it nourishes our thoughts, our moods, our relationships. I've shared bowls of fresh berries with dozens of students over the years, men and women in their 60s, 70s, even 80s, who came to me searching for more energy, better sleep, or simply peace of mind. Many were skeptical. Could such a small food really make a difference? But the results spoke for themselves. Over time, I witnessed their eyes brighten, their laughter return, and in some cases, a tender holding of hands between couples that hadn't touched each other in months. These berries did more than feed their bodies. They helped restore vitality and joy. The Dhammapada teaches us, drop by drop is the water pot filled. Likewise, the wise one, gathering it little by little, fills oneself with good. This is the essence of blueberries and strawberries. They are drops, tiny acts of nourishment repeated daily that eventually fill the vessel of our well-being. In Buddhism, transformation does not always come in a great flash of lightning. Sometimes it comes in the quiet discipline of daily choices, rising early, breathing deeply, or gently placing a few berries in your morning bowl. Small acts, like small fruits, hold the potential for great transformation. Just as compassion arises not from grand gestures, but from the simple willingness to listen, to share, to sit in silence beside another, so too does health bloom not only from pills or procedures, but from consistent, thoughtful nourishment. I often remind my students circulation is not just a biological process, it is a spiritual metaphor. When blood flows freely through the body, we feel more alive. When love flows freely through our actions, our presence becomes healing. Blueberries and strawberries are food, yes, but they are also reminders. They whisper, you are still alive. You still deserve joy. You still deserve to thrive. So the next time you reach for something sweet, consider these vibrant little fruits. They ask for so little yet offer so much. Let them be your companions in health, in memory, and in love. Chapter 3: Kiwi and Red Grapes, the Fruits of Protection. In the quiet moments of aging, as the body shifts and the mind learns to soften, the role of protection becomes more than just a biological concern. It becomes a spiritual need. And nature, in its infinite wisdom, offers us protectors in the most humble of forms, the kiwi and the red grape. At first glance, these fruits may seem like simple additions to your breakfast bowl, but beneath their skins lie powerful compounds that support the most vital functions of the body, especially circulation, blood pressure regulation, and the slowing of cellular aging. Let us begin with the kiwi. This small green fruit is rich in vitamin C, potassium, and fiber, but its true magic lies in its ability to lower blood pressure naturally. Numerous studies have found that eating just 3 kiwis a day can lead to a noticeable reduction in both systolic and diastolic blood pressure. It's not a miracle. It's simply the way nature nourishes us when we listen. I once met a retired Zen teacher living in a quiet cabin in the hills of Northern California. He was in his 80s, lean as bamboo, and moved with a stillness that made birds linger nearby instead of flying away. Over tea, he shared a quiet truth. I eat 3 kiwis every day, not just for my heart, but because they cool my anger. I remember the way his eyes softened as he said this. Anger is heat in the blood, and when the blood flows gently, so does the mind. He told me the kiwis didn't just lower his blood pressure, they helped him remain affectionate, even after decades of monastic solitude. His story stayed with me because it was never about just the fruit. It was about allowing the fruit to work as part of a daily ritual, a quiet act of self-compassion. Then there are red grapes, particularly those with dark skins. These tiny fruits contain resveratrol, a polyphenol known for its anti-aging properties and its powerful support of cardiovascular health. Resveratrol works by protecting the inner walls of the arteries, reducing inflammation and improving circulation. In simpler terms, red grapes keep the rivers of life, our blood vessels, clean and strong. From a spiritual lens, both of these fruits serve as guardians of your internal flow. The kiwi cools the heat of anger and tension. The red grape strengthens the vessel walls that carry your essence from one breath to the next. Together, they are the protectors of vitality, not just physical vitality, but emotional and spiritual vitality as well. In Buddhist thought, everything flows: breath, thoughts, energy, time. Illness comes when flow is blocked, when we cling, resist, or close ourselves off. True intimacy begins with openness. These fruits, simple and small as they may be, remind us to open. They open the body's vessels, and if we eat them mindfully, they open the heart's vessels too. I remember a moment with a widowed woman named Margaret, a former nurse in her 70s. She had struggled with isolation after losing her partner, and her doctor had advised her to change her diet. She began adding red grapes to her daily walks, grabbing a handful before heading out into the morning air. Over time, she told me she didn't just feel healthier, she felt more connected. As the grapes cleansed my body, she said, they also seemed to soften something inside. I could feel my heart again. There is an invisible tenderness in how the body responds to what we feed it. When we choose foods that protect us, that nurture our flow, we're telling ourselves you're still worth protecting. Even in our older years, even in loneliness, even when the world forgets, we can still choose to guard our vitality with small daily acts of care. The path of mindful living is not only about what we remove, anger, attachment, toxins, but also what we consciously add: a kiwi in the morning, a handful of red grapes in the afternoon. These are not just dietary choices. They are spiritual gestures. They are reminders that protection does not mean building walls. It means supporting what flows naturally within us. So tomorrow, before the world intrudes, pause. Take a kiwi in your hand. Feel its weight. Bite into its brightness. Let its coolness remind you to soften, to open. Then reach for the grapes. Let their sweetness remind you of what you still deserve: protection, affection, and the quiet dignity of a well nourished heart. Chapter 4: Apples and Avocados, the Foundation of Flow. In the grand orchestra of nature's offerings, few fruits strike as harmonious a chord for heart and mind as apples and avocados. While one is crisp and invigorating, the other is smooth and grounding. Together, they form not only a nutritional powerhouse, but also a metaphor for the balance we seek in our spiritual lives, a foundation of flow. Let's begin with the humble apple. At first glance, it appears to be an everyday fruit, easy to overlook among flashier options. But beneath its glossy skin lies a wealth of health-promoting compounds, particularly quercetin, a powerful antioxidant. Quercetin plays a key role in supporting vascular health, especially vascular flexibility, which allows blood vessels to expand and contract with ease. This flexibility ensures efficient circulation, a quiet but vital rhythm that sustains our every breath, thought, and heartbeat. The regular consumption of apples has been linked with reduced inflammation and improved endothelial function, which in turn reduces the risk of stroke and cardiovascular disease. Their natural sweetness satisfies cravings without spiking blood sugar levels, and the fiber within aids in digestion and satiety, grounding us both physically and emotionally. Then comes the avocado, rich, velvety, and unapologetically nourishing. Often called nature's butter, the avocado is loaded with potassium, which helps maintain healthy blood pressure levels. But its true superpower lies in its abundance of monounsaturated fats, the kind that our hearts and brains thrive on. These fats are known to reduce oxidized LDL cholesterol, a dangerous form of cholesterol that damages blood vessels and accelerates aging. Moreover, the vitamin E and folate in avocados play crucial roles in cellular repair and emotional regulation. When the walls of our vessels are nourished, so too are the walls we've built around our hearts. We begin to let life in again, gently, safely, completely. In the Buddhist tradition, we are taught that stability is the root of freedom. Just as a tree cannot grow tall without strong roots, we too cannot thrive unless our inner systems are supported. Apples and avocados are not simply foods, they are anchors in a chaotic world. I remember counseling an elderly widow who had recently lost her husband of 42 years. She was adrift in grief, her days long and flavorless. I gently encouraged her to begin each morning with a quiet ritual: a bowl of warm apple cinnamon oatmeal, a drizzle of honey, and a few slices of avocado on the side. As she ate, I asked her to say one simple prayer of gratitude, not for what she had lost, but for what she still had. Weeks later, she called me, voice lighter than before. "That breakfast," she said, "became my morning light. I could feel life coming back." It wasn't just the nutrients at work, it was the presence, the prayer, the peace that began to replace her sorrow. From a Buddhist lens, food is not just fuel, it is a vehicle of mindfulness. Eating in a state of grateful awareness transforms digestion. The parasympathetic nervous system, often referred to as the rest and digest system, activates fully only when we are calm and conscious. In this state, the body releases enzymes more efficiently, the gut flora responds more harmoniously, and nutrients are absorbed more completely. But beyond biology, gratitude infuses our food with sacredness. When we eat apples, we are taking in not only vitamins and antioxidants, but also the energy of the sun, the nourishment of the rain, and the patience of the farmer who nurtured the tree. When we taste avocado, we are reminded of the richness that life offers when we stop resisting its gifts. Eating becomes a form of meditation, a daily opportunity to reconnect with our bodies, our breath, and our blessings. To truly benefit from the flow-inducing properties of these two fruits, consider weaving them into a simple daily ritual. Morning nourishment. Start your day with a warm bowl of oatmeal, topped with thinly sliced apples, a sprinkle of cinnamon, and a spoonful of flax or chia seeds. Pair this with half an avocado on toast, seasoned with a pinch of sea salt and lemon juice. Midday reset. When fatigue creeps in, blend a smoothie with avocado, green apples, spinach, and a touch of ginger. This combination supports circulation, mental clarity, and emotional equilibrium. Gratitude pause. Before each meal, take 3 deep breaths. Reflect on the journey the food took to reach your plate. Express silent thanks. Eat slowly, chew fully, and remain present. In life, as in health, we often seek elaborate solutions to our problems. But true healing, the The kind that lasts is often found in the simplest of things. Apples and avocados may seem unremarkable, but when eaten with intention, they become pillars of well being. They represent balance, the sweet and the savory, the crisp and the creamy, the grounding and the uplifting. And in that balance, we discover what Buddhist monks call samatha, the calm abiding. It is from that calm that all true energy, health, and joy can flow. Let these fruits not just feed your body, but remind your soul nourishment like peace begins in the small choices we make each day. Chapter 5: Mangoes and Oranges, the Sun-Kissed Healers. There's a quiet wisdom hidden beneath the golden skin of mangoes and the citrusy sheen of oranges, two fruits that seem to carry the sun within them. Rich in color, vibrant in flavor, and deeply symbolic across cultures, these fruits are more than just seasonal delights. They are healers, both of the body and of the heart. From a nutritional perspective, mangoes are known for their ability to reduce oxidative stress. Bursting with antioxidants like quercetin, beta-carotene, and vitamin C, mangoes help neutralize free radicals that age cells and cause inflammation. Regular consumption can support skin health, protect vision, and even regulate blood sugar levels. But more than that, mangoes carry a sensual richness, a velvety sweetness that seems to embrace the tongue. There's an intimacy to eating a ripe mango, a slowing down of time, a surrender to the softness of nature. Oranges, on the other hand, are bright, awakening, and filled with life-giving juice. They are especially powerful in boosting nitric oxide levels in the body, which in turn supports endothelial function, vital for cardiovascular health. The endothelium, the inner lining of our blood vessels, plays a critical role in maintaining blood flow and preventing clotting. As we age, nitric oxide production declines, but citrus fruits like oranges help reverse that decline, naturally and deliciously. Beyond their physiological impact, oranges awaken our inner child with their zest and cheer. The scent of a freshly peeled orange can uplift the mood almost instantly, reminding us that life still holds small, joyful surprises. These fruits do more than nourish the body, they offer light. They carry within them the memory of warmth, the feeling of sitting beneath a summer sky, the sound of laughter echoing off orchard walls. They remind us of simplicity and connection. For many, mangoes and oranges are the taste of home, of childhood, of moments when everything felt whole. During a silent meditation retreat held deep in the countryside, where speech was set aside to encourage inner stillness, the cooks served sliced mangoes for the midday meal. It was a simple offering, just a plate of ripe mango wedges placed quietly at the center of the dining hall. One woman, perhaps in her 60s, sat before the plate and hesitated. Slowly, she reached for a slice, held it to her nose, and took in the scent. Her shoulders trembled. She began to weep softly, tears running silently down her face. Later, during the final circle of the retreat, she chose to share her experience. The mango, she said, had transported her back to her childhood summers in the Philippines, where her mother would peel mangoes in the afternoon and hand her slices still warm from the sun. It also reminded her of her late husband, who used to bring home mangoes on their anniversary, because they were golden like love, he'd say. In that quiet, contemplative moment, the flavor became a thread stitching her present grief to memories of love. Healing, she whispered, came through the flavor of love. In the Buddhist tradition, the senses are not enemies to transcend. When awakened through mindfulness, they become doors to insight and liberation. It is not the mango or the orange alone that heals, it is the presence with which we receive them. When we eat with full awareness, we honor the fruit, the sunlight that nourished it, the hands that harvested it, and the moment of being alive to enjoy it. This awakening of the senses allows joyful memories to surface, not as distractions, but as reminders of vitality. These memories can ignite prana, or life energy. And with energy comes the capacity to connect to ourselves, to others, and to the pulse of the universe that lives in every bite of fruit. When we allow ourselves to be moved by taste, by scent, by texture, not in grasping but in gratitude, we create space for healing. In this way, mangoes and oranges are not just sun-kissed fruits, they are subtle messengers reminding us of the sweetness we've tasted and the love we've lived. So the next time you hold a mango or peel an orange, slow down. Let the aroma rise gently. Taste with your whole being. Feel the memories, the nourishment, the energy awaken inside you. Because sometimes the path to healing is not through big revelations, but through small, sacred flavors shared in stillness. Chapter 6: Fruitful Habits for Daily Life, Bringing It to Your Kitchen. Smoothies with blueberries, apple, avocado, and a handful of spinach. Sliced mangoes with a dollop of creamy yogurt. Ruby red pomegranate seeds glistening over a bowl of warm oatmeal. These are not just recipes, they are rituals. They represent small but powerful ways of caring for our bodies and minds, moments of mindfulness and gratitude folded into the rhythm of everyday life. For many, the kitchen is just a functional space, a place to prepare meals and clean up afterward. But what if we began to see our kitchen as more than just a place for food? What if we treated it as a space of daily devotion, where every stir, every chop, every bite is an offering to life itself? Let's begin with the fruits themselves. They are nature's perfect packages of health, color, energy, and joy. Blueberries, bursting with antioxidants, support the brain and heart. Apples, with their fibrous skin and sweet tart flavor, remind us of simplicity and abundance. Avocados offer healthy fats that nourish the body deeply. And mangoes, they taste like sunshine, sweet, rich, and full of summer warmth. When you start your day with a smoothie made from these ingredients, you're not just feeding your body, you're practicing intention. Each fruit becomes a reminder that you are choosing life, health, and presence. You're beginning your morning not with rush or distraction, but with care. One of the simplest things you can do is to keep a bowl of fruit on your counter or dining table. Keep it colorful, keep it fresh, rotate it with the seasons. When summer brings peaches and cherries, let them shine. In winter, celebrate oranges and apples. In spring, embrace strawberries and kiwis. When fruit is visible, it becomes a natural invitation to eat well. Buy organic when possible, not just for your health, but for the earth. When we choose food grown with care, we support the larger cycle of life, sustainability, and compassion. But don't stress if organic is out of reach. Even conventional fruit, washed and enjoyed mindfully, carries tremendous value. Before you eat, pause, just for a moment. Place your hands together and say a single sentence of gratitude. Thank you, earth and sun and rain, for this nourishment. Or may this food bring strength, peace, and clarity. It doesn't have to be long, but those few seconds can shift your entire relationship with food, from unconscious consumption to conscious receiving. Gratitude, like fruit, sweetens everything it touches. In Buddhist thought, every act of daily life can be a meditation. Washing dishes, boiling tea, preparing a simple meal, each can be done with full presence. The kitchen then becomes more than a room. It becomes a temple, a space where you practice care, a place where you meet life directly. When you prepare a fruit bowl, slice a mango, or pour yogurt into a dish, do it slowly. Breathe, feel the texture, notice the aroma, hear the sound of the knife slicing through an apple. These are all moments of awareness, tiny invitations to return to now. Eating, too, is sacred. When you chew slowly and fully, you begin to truly taste. You allow the body to absorb. You give thanks to the chain of hands and natural elements that made your food possible, from farmers to rain clouds to soil. This awareness transforms eating from a mechanical act into a sacred ceremony of renewal. It's easy to overlook the power of daily habits, but the way we eat reflects the way we live. Rushed meals often echo rushed lives. Overeating reflects emotional unrest. Skipping meals reflects neglect. But when we choose fruit, when we prepare it with joy, when we bless it with gratitude, we're planting seeds. Seeds of health, seeds of presence, seeds of love. So bring these habits to your kitchen. Start small. A fruit smoothie each morning, a bowl of berries with lunch, pomegranate seeds over oatmeal. Let each bite be a gentle reminder. You are choosing vitality. You are choosing life. You are choosing to live with fruitfulness, not just on your plate, but in your heart. My dear friend, aging does not mean fading. It is not the slow disappearance of who you are, but the blossoming of who you've always been, with more grace, more depth, and more intention. As we grow older, we are invited not to shrink, but to expand our hearts, our awareness, and our capacity to love both ourselves and others. Your circulation, your intimacy, and your vitality after 60 are not lost. They are simply waiting for your invitation. They live quietly within your choices, your breath, your daily meals. They're nestled in the fruits you hold in your hands, in the quiet rituals of care, in the stillness you offer your body each morning and evening. This is your new path, not one of decline, but of devotion. Each fruit you eat becomes a meditation, each meal a ceremony, each step a return to your inner home. Let your food nourish more than your body. Let it become an offering to your spirit. So here is your final gentle challenge. Which of these fruits will you try first? What loving change will you commit to today for your heart, your health, your relationships? We would love to hear from you. Comment below, share your story, your smoothie, or your moment of joy. Inspire someone else who may be quietly watching, searching for a sign to begin. And if this message has touched something in you, like this video and subscribe to Buddhist Mindfulness for more wisdom rooted in both science and spirit. Until we meet again, stay rooted in truth, stay mindful in action, and above all, stay alive with love. Because no matter your age, your life still pulses with beauty, and your heart, my friend, is still capable of blooming.